What's up, people? WOD announcements for May 26th, Tuesday. We are back in the gym hanging out. Just got done teaching the 5 a.m. class. Floor has been sanitized, sprayed down, barbed as well. For your at-home workout options today, here's what we want to see you do. You have a running element that you cannot delay on, so you can't dog it. I gave you a 10-minute time cap on it, so it's pretty generous. So try to get done with that run in 10 minutes or less. Then you're gonna take 2 minutes off. And then you have either some pulling mechanics of gymnastic skills, or you're going to do push-up mechanics, okay? And then the final element is that you're gonna do some squatting. Now, whether that's with a bar or dumbbells or just your body weight, you need to push that last little element to your capacity, okay? So that's gonna determine how fast you do it. You have a target time on this workout to get it done in 25 minutes or less. So let's talk about your warm-up. Very first thing that you are going to do is floss your shoulders. Now, if you have a floss band at home, I understand that that is how we floss nowadays. So you wanna wrap your shoulder joint enough to decrease blood flow, but not paralyze your arm, okay? And then you're gonna work it through ranges of motion. So if it were me, I would sit on the rig and kind of work the joint forward and backward. I'd then do some shoulder raises out to the side, maybe lay down and do some internal, external rotation of the scapula. Whatever you need to do to get that shoulder loose. Since we're at the gym, and most of you have a foam roller, there's another option to get those scapula woken up and your traps after yesterday's snatching. So, what I want to see you do is put that foam roller more towards the center of your back, and you're going to start by just lifting your arm forward and backward while you are bridging your hips to create tension through the shoulder joint. Start out with one arm, maybe switch to the other side, spend at least 2 minutes or so messing around with this. And then you're gonna do both arms together. And then I'd even start to lean to the left and to the right a little bit at a time. You are going to be doing pull-ups if you have a pull-up bar at home, so this is great for any kind of shoulder mobility. Just to wake up the rhomboids, rear delts, lats, all of the jazz that's in your upper back, okay? So, there you go. After 2 minutes, you're gonna set a timer for 5 minutes, 5 minutes in duration. And you have a 5-minute AMRAP. You're gonna do 10 strict ring rows, and they should be horizontal. If you don't have rings at home, go with good form, bent over rows. So I'm here, I'm gonna pull my objects to my shoulders and then back down. After I finish that, I have 20 good air squats. If you need a target, set that target underneath your hips, squat to the depth that you can get to, and work on getting lower. So I want to see that hip crease get below your knee. Hip crease below your knee. Try to keep that torso as vertical as you possibly can. After you get done with that, you have a wall at home you can kick up to. You have a 30-second handstand hold. Now I want to see toes together and toes pointed to the sky, and you're pressing through the floor as hard as you can to wake up those shoulders and stack everything evenly through the shoulder joint. So let's stack that joint nice and tall, okay? If you don't have the opportunity to do that, you can take your odd objects and hold them overhead, same position. Keep your body nice and straight. Press to the sky for 30 seconds, okay? So that's your optional warm-up today. You get done, your dynamic pieces. You have 5 movements that you gotta get through, 5 reps of each thing, okay? 5 movements, 5 reps. First one is a pass through. So using a broomstick or a dowel rod at home, Pass all the way back, touch your hips behind you, come back in front of you. Take your time doing this movement. Don't try to rip through them too quick. It's nice, back and forth, okay? After you finish 5 of those, you're gonna go into around the worlds. So I wanna see you do 5 of these. So one hand stays by the hip as the other arm goes up and around the head. After you do 5 one way, go back the other direction. Okay, 5 each direction. Finish that, you're gonna go into swimmer stretch. So in this movement, it's more important to keep your arms straight, but most important to keep your back flat. So I don't want to see a big arch and you stick your butt out. Keep your spine in that neutral position, okay? Hang out in that stretch, I'd say for maybe 2 or 3 seconds, and then come back out of it, okay? If you have a barbell at home, this next part you can start to load yourself up a little bit. If you just want to continue to work on your mechanics, stick with the dowel rod or the PVC pipe. I'm gonna front rack my barbell. Really focus on keeping your elbows high, and I'm gonna step back and let that trailing knee kiss the ground for a second, keeping my torso as vertical as I can, stretching that quad out, okay? So I wanna get my hip flexor and my quad to wake up, but also working on good postural alignment, so keeping myself nice and tall. 5 each leg, 10 total reps. Then the last drill that you are going to do before you get started on today's workout, you're going to squat down and pause in the base of a front squat. Work on that mobility, work on your mechanics. If you need to use a door frame to help teach you to stay vertical, you can do that. I'll use the rig as an example. So I'm here, I squat down, try not to touch the rig the best I can. Try not to touch your door frames at home, best you can. Okay, pause in the bottom, 3 to 5 seconds. Work on where your knees, how flat your feet are, where your torso is, elbows staying horizontal to the floor. You finish that, you are going to prep yourself for the workout. So if you want to do the extra piece of the day, it's a nice EMOM of full squat snatches, okay? But if you don't have time for it, don't worry about it, okay? I want you to get right into the workout. So, to prep yourself for your pull-ups, you can do the assigned task that's on that YouTube video. So watch that YouTube video, it'll help you create a good mechanic, especially those working on their butterfly pull-ups at home. Watch that, it'll help you understand what you're supposed to do with your body. If you don't have a pull-up bar at home, your options today are to do push-ups, okay? The other options that you have in today's workout, you can do dumbbell squats or 100 jumping squats, okay? So I'm gonna show you this workout, what you're supposed to do. So the very first thing that we're doing, we're going for a 1 mile run, okay? So you're going out, find that running distance wherever you wanna go. If you aren't able to ride or run, you can do some single unders at home. The equivalent would be at least 500 single unders. Okay, so give me 500 single unders today. That'll be your buy-in. If you have a bike, remember that we always do double the distance. So you're gonna do a 2 mile bike ride, okay? If you're running, find a good distance to run, 1 mile run. You're gonna rest 2 minutes when you return from that run. And you can either do pull-ups, so 50 reps of good chin over bar, pull-ups. If you don't have the option at home to do good butterfly pull-ups, you can do 25 strict pull-ups. And these are supposed to be chest to bar for 25 reps. If you don't have the ability to do any pull-ups at home, you are going to do 50 good push-ups. So chest and thighs hit the deck, and you push all the way back up, Make sure your body is as flat as a table, all the way down, pushing back up. Good locked out position of arms before you return your chest to the floor. If you rest on the floor, that does not count. It starts from the top of the rep, chest touching the ground, push right back up, okay? After you finish that, you're gonna rest another 2 minutes, and then you have 75 dumbbell squats with 50s and 35s, or whatever you have at home. So you can stack these however you want. I usually go over my shoulder a little bit. You can even rest them on your shoulders, but your hands have to be around the handles. And I'm squatting down, standing back up for 75 reps. If I don't have any equipment at home, I'm gonna do jump squats. So same deal, see a little daylight under my feet every time I jump, okay? After you complete that, that's your workout for the day. Try to get it done, like I said, in under 25 minutes. That's your target time. For your optional accessory work, you have strict toes to bar. So grab your bar, get in a good hollow position, and I want to see your legs stay long and in control every time you touch the bar. If you can't do that at home, your other option is to find some kind of door frame or something you can hang on to. And you're gonna put your hands on that object, lift, and then lower yourself, dragonfly style, back to the floor. So I wanna see your body, again, stay as straight as it possibly can until those feet return all the way back to the ground. Pulling your knees in is a scalable option. So curl yourself up into a ball and extend your legs back out. Okay? That is your workout for Tuesday, May 26th. Enjoy.